Hey everybody, it's Teresa. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to make a bracelet today, just like this little bracelet here. I made this, I showed this in a finished jewelry video that I did for the Adornable Elements Beads of the Month Club. And I talked about it when I showed it that I did not do a tutorial on it because when I started it, I was not sure what I was doing. I was just playing around, and I started it and ripped it apart several times because I was not satisfied with it. And finally, by the time I got something that I was sort of satisfied with, I had half the bracelet already made, so I just went ahead and finished it. But I had several of you ask that I do a tutorial on it, so that's what I'm going to do today. The only 6mm bicones I have are in this green color, so I'm going to do Christmas colors. Believe me, I am not rushing Christmas. I'm not in any hurry for Christmas to get here yet. But since the green was the only color I had and Christmas is not too awful far away, I decided I would do Christmas colors. So I've got some 4mm red fire polish beads that I'm going to use in addition to the 6mm bicones. I got both of these from Bead Box Bargains. I've got a magnetic clasp just like the one I used on this bracelet. I had one more of those left. They're really, really strong. I've got a couple of 6mm jump rings and a couple of wire guardians. I've got my 11.0 Miyuki galvanized silver seed beads and Miyuki 11.0 galvanized gold seed beads, and my 15.0 Miyuki galvanized silver seed beads. You don't have to use two different colors of 11.0s if you don't want to, but I'm going to because I did in this one and I wanted to do it the same that I did in this one, use two colors. And I went with silver and gold because, you know, Christmas colors. I'm using my 8-pound fire line in smoke. I need the structure of the 8-pound fire line because these little frames that I've made to go around the beads, if you don't have a good, fairly thick thread, the beads they won't want to stay in their little frame. They'll want to, I've got them in there pretty good, so I can't really tell you, but I can show you when I get to making it. But they'll want to slide in and out of the little frame if they're not in there really good. So I needed the 8-pound fire line, and I usually use 8-pound fire line anyway, but I really thought it was necessary for this to keep the beads in the little frames there that I made for them. And I've got a size 12 beading needle here. I usually use a size 11, but I'm going to be going through these beads a lot, and I used a size 11 with this bracelet, and I had quite a hard time getting through the beads, especially here at the connection point is where I'm going to be going through the little 11.0 there a lot, and it was hard to get through it with a size 11. So I looked through all my stuff and finally found some size 12 beading needles. I hadn't used these in years, and I don't know why. I thought it was going to be really hard to thread, and I threaded it, and it wasn't any harder to thread than the size 11s I used. So I probably have to get me some size 12s because I've found that I've been needing them a whole lot lately. I mean, I could have used them. I have not used them because I couldn't find them, but now that I found them and discovered they're not that hard to thread, I think I'll get me some more. As far as tools, all I'm going to be using are my chain nose pliers and my bent chain nose pliers to put my findings on at the end. And I use the chain nose pliers to flatten the thread so I can get it through the needle. And of course, I've got my scissors to cut my fire line. I think that's everything. So hold on and let me get some of my beads poured out and I'll be back. Okay, I've got some of my beads poured out now. I've got my 4mm fire polish, my 6mm bicones, my silver 11.0s, my gold 11.0s, and my silver 15.0s. And I've got my needle threaded, and I'm just leaving enough of a tail to hold on to because I'm going to sew my wire guardian on right away. And so I'm not going to need to come back and sew this thread in because by the time I go around this first unit as many times as I'm going to, it's not going to come out. So I'm just leaving enough to hold on to. And as far as how much thread, I don't know. I didn't keep up with how much thread when I made this other bracelet, but I will keep up with it while I do this bracelet. And if I forget to say before the end of the video, I'll put it in the description box below. But you probably should just start with whatever is a comfortable amount of thread for you because you're probably more than likely going to have to add thread before you get done with this because I'm going to be going around these beads a lot of times. So I'm going to start with a right angle weave unit, double right angle weave unit. So I'm going to pick up 4 of my silver 11-ohs. And I'm going to sew them into a right angle weave unit. Go back through this first one. And now I'm going to put an 11-oh between all of these 4 11-ohs until I get all the way back around there. For this first double right angle weave unit, it will be 4 that I'm adding. For the rest of them from now on, it will be 3 that I'm adding because I will be sharing a bead from the previous unit, but that's 3. That's 4. And I'm going to go on up into that bead at the tip there. That makes my little diamond shape. So now I'm going to put my wire guardian on. I'm not going to use any seed beads. I'm just going to sew it directly on. I'm going to go up one channel of my wire guardian. Now I'm going to go down the other channel of my wire guardian. Hold my finger over it so that the thread will land in the channel. And now I'm coming out this side of this 11-oh. I'm going to go in the other side of it. Now I'm just going to go around that again. I'm going to go up my one channel of my wire guardian, back down the other channel, hold my finger over it, go back through my 11-oh. Now I'm going to do that one more time, and then I'm going to sew down until I'm coming out the tip, this other tip of my little right angle, double right angle weave unit. And I'm going to go ahead and cut my stop bead off, my thread off, because it's not going to go anywhere now. And when I get all that done, I'll be back. Okay, I got my wire guardian on, and I sewed down here till I'm coming out this 11-oh opposite my wire guardian. Now I'm going to make my first unit with my 4mm fire polish bead. So I'm going to pick up 2 gold 11-ohs, 1 of my 15-ohs, and 2 gold 11-ohs, and my fire polish bead. Like I said, you don't have to use different colors of 11-ohs. You can use all one color if you want to. So I'm coming out the bottom of this 11-oh. I'm going to go in the top of it. Now I'm going to go up these. I'm going to hold it, try to hold it tight. I'm going to go up these 2 gold 11-ohs. Pull it up tight. Now I'm going to pick up 3 15-ohs. I'm going to skip that 15-oh that's there and go into the 11-ohs on the other side. That makes a little picot there. Now I'm going to go back down the fire polish bead. And I'm going to go back around these again. I'm going to go back into my 11-oh that I started in. Back up these 2 gold 11-ohs. And I usually go through this 15-0 here that I first put on when I put my 2 gold and my 15-0 and my 2 gold, but you can go around the top 3 if you want to, it doesn't matter. But I'm going to go into that one. I'm going to go into these 2 gold 11-0s. I don't know if I call that a 11-0 or not, but that's a 15-0 there that I went in. I can't remember. Now I'm going to go down the fire polish bead again. And the reason I'm going through the fire polish bead so many times instead of just going around it with my beads is that locks it in place better and keeps it from flopping in and out of your little frame that you're making here. Now I want to put my beads on this other side of my fire polish bead, so I need my thread to be coming that way. So I'm going to go into my connecting 11-0 here this way. Now I'm going to pick up 2 gold 11-0s, a 15-0, and 2 gold 11-0s. And I'm going to go back down my fire polish bead. I want to go around those beads again, so I need my thread to be coming out this way. So I'm going to go into my connecting 11-0 that way. And that little connecting 11-0 is what I was talking about, that I'm going to go through it so many times it's hard to get through it with a size 11 needle and the 8-pound fire line. Now I'm going to go back up the 2 gold. Pull everything up tight. Pick up 3 15-0s. Skip that 15-0 that's there and go into the 2 11-0s, 2 gold 11-0s. I'm going to go back down my fire polish bead. I want to go back around this side again, so I'm going to go through this connecting 11-0 this way. Back up these 2 gold beads. Back into my 15-0. Back into these 2 gold beads. And now I'm going to pick up a silver 11-0, and I'm going to connect my 2 sides here. I'm going to go into these 2 gold beads. Now I'm going to go into this 15-0. Go into these 2 gold beads and into my connecting 11-0 if I can. It's getting pretty tight in there, I don't know. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm going to go up these 2 gold 11-0s. Back into this 15-0. Back up these 2 gold 11-0s. Into this silver 11-0. And now I'm going to go around all this again, because if I don't, see it's kind of separated there. So I need to go back around it again to get it good and tight. So I'm going to go back through these 2 gold. Go back into this 15-0 if I can get in it. If I can't, if it gives me any resistance, I'll just go around these 3 because you don't want to break a bead. Yeah, it's going to let me go through. Now I'm going to go into these 2 gold. Try to get back through this poor little 11-0 that I've been through so many times. And I don't, yeah, there we go. Now I'm going to go up these 2 gold. Back into this 15-0. Back into these 2 gold. Back into this silver 11-0 at the tip here. And pull everything up tight. Now I'm going to make another double right angle weave unit. So I'm going to pick up 4 of my silver 11-0s. I'm coming out the top of this 11-0. I'm going to go on the bottom of it. I'm going to go into the first 11-0 of the 4 that I just added here. Now I'm going to put an 11-0 between all my 11-0s. This time it'll just be 3 because I'm sharing this one 11-0 that was on this previous unit. So I'm going to go into this 11-0 with my silver 11-0. And this is 2. And this is 3. And I was going to try to go ahead and into that connecting 11-0 while I was at it, but you don't have to, and it was going to be hard. So now I'm going to go into it. Pull everything tight. And now I'm going to sew around here until I'm coming out the tip. And now I'm going to make a unit with my 6mm Bicone. So this time I'm going to pick up 3 gold 11-0s, 1 15-0, and 3 gold 11-0s, and my Bicone. And I'm coming out the top of this 11-0. I'm going to go in the bottom of it. Now I'm going to go up these 3 gold. Pull everything tight. Pick up 3 15-0s. Skip the 15-0 that's there and go into these 3 gold. Go back through the Bicone. Back into my connecting silver 11-0. Back up these 3 gold. through this 15-0 here. Into these 3 gold beads. I'm going to go back down my bicone. And now I want to make the other side of my little frame. So I need my thread to be coming out my connecting bead this way. I'm trying to go through the wrong bead. That's my connecting bead. I need to be coming out that way. Now I'm going to pick up 3 gold, a 15-0, and 3 gold 11-0s. And I'm going to come back down my bicone. I want to go around those again, so I need my thread to be my needle will be coming out this way. So I'm going to go through my connecting silver 11-0. Go up my 3 gold beads. Pull everything up tight. Pick up 3 15-0s. Skip the 15-0 that's there and go into the 3 gold beads. I'm going to go back down my bicone. And I know this is a lot of reinforcing, but if you don't do this, your frame won't be really good and tight around your bicone. Now I'm going to go around this again. So I'm going to go into my silver 11-0 that's I'm connected to. I'm going to go up these 3 gold. I go into this 15-0 again. I go up these 3 gold. I'm going to pick up an silver 11-0 and connect my 2 sides here. I'm going to go down these 3 gold. Go into this 15-0. Go into these 3 gold. Go into my connecting 11-0. Go up into these 3 gold. Into this 15-0. into these 3 gold. Into my silver 11-0 here at the tip. Now I'm going to go around all this again, and when I get, I'm going to go around all this again until I'm coming back out this silver 11-0, and then I'll do one more double right angle weave unit with you, and then I'll finish the rest of it off camera. So I'll be back. Okay, I got back around here to my tip again, so I'm going to do one more double right angle weave unit. So I'm going to pick up 4 of my silver 11-0s. I'm coming out the top of this 11-0. I'm going to go on the bottom. I'm going to go up one of the 11-0s that I just added. Pick up a silver 11-0. Go into the next silver 11-0. Pick up another silver 11-0. Go into the next one. Pick up another silver 11-0. Go into the next one. Keep getting caught around all my tools over here. Now I'm going to go into the 11-0 that I'm connecting to here. I'm going to sew up here until I'm coming out this tip. And now I'm going to make another unit with my 4mm fire polish. And then I'm just going to alternate back and forth between the 4mm fire polish, and then I'll do a double right angle weave unit, the 6mm bicone, a double right angle weave unit, 4mm fire polish, and on like that until I get to the length that I want. I'm going to make it the same length as this other one that I've already made. And then I'll sew the wire guard in on the other end just like I did this end, and I'll just put the clasp on it. You all don't need to see me do that. So when I get done, I'll be back and we'll see what I've got. So I'll be back. Okay, here's my little bracelets all done. I'm having to keep them quite a distance away from each other because these magnets keep trying to stick to each other. This is the one I already had done, and this is the one we did today. It's really not hard at all to do. It's just, it takes some time because of all the reinforcing that you need to do in order to make the little frames, the beads stay in there so that they don't flop in and out of the little frames. It comes to, both of these bracelets come to about 7.5 inches. Of course, if you wanted it shorter, you could leave off some units. If you wanted it longer, you could add some units. If you needed it just a little bit longer, you could obviously put a bigger clasp on it, or you could add maybe 2 jump rings to each end instead of 1. If you needed it just a little bit shorter, you could probably just sew the bracelet directly to the clasp instead of using a wire guardian and a jump ring. What I do when I'm making a bracelet for somebody and I don't know their wrist size, like if I'm doing it for a gift or something, I usually just make it to about 6 inches and put a lobster clasp and about 2 inches of extender chain on there to make it adjustable. But there it is. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate those of you who have subscribed to my channel and watched my videos and liked and commented on my videos. I have a website where I sell my jewelry. It's Teresa's Handmade Jewelry, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below in case you're interested, along with a link to my Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and my email. If you haven't, I'd really love it if you'd subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. So until next time, hope you all have a great day. Take care.